Hey everyone, welcome back to our second episode of Totally Cooking with Definitely My Hands. As always, I'm your cook, Chef. Now, I know it's been a while since our last episode, about 526 days to be exact, give or take. But I assure you that we will be making the best recipe here, and we have significantly upgraded our tech since the last episode. All right, let's not waste any more time, shall we? Let's dive right into this recipe. Today, we're gonna be making a cult classic recipe, chocolate chip cookies. First, to start off, let's go over our ingredients list. This recipe makes a batch of about 12 cookies, so a dozen. For the ingredients, we're gonna get started with a cup of sugar, a cup of light brown sugar, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 eggs, a cup of salted butter, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And last but not least, 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chip cookies. All right, now that we've gone over our ingredients, let's start measuring out the baking portion. First, we're gonna combine all of our dry ingredients into a mixing bowl, starting with the yellow bowl with the cup lid handle, whatever that bowl is. We're gonna move it over here. Starting with our flour, which we need 3 cups of. This 1 cup measuring cup will do perfectly. So that's our first little, here, and we're gonna give this little cup a shake a little bit though. Yeah, so this is about 3/4 cup flour. It's not exactly how much we want in there, but it'll do for now until we can get a little more scooped into this cup. So we're just gonna pour that in there. And then we're gonna take another scoop of that. Look at that nice, juicy, not so juicy. I mean, we got about another 1/4 cup in this, so that's perfect. About 1 cup of flour now. Now we're gonna get another 2 cups of flour, actually. Another 3/4 cup right there. Just gonna pour it right into this bowl. Perfect. And then about a half a cup more of flour. That should do it. Yeah, that's perfect. You see, baking is a science. You really want to get these as precise as you can, or you might fuck up your cookies. So with that, next we're gonna move on to the sugar. Now this is what adds some good sweetness to your cookies, you know. I honestly don't know how to open this. Right there, tear it off. There we go. And then we're just gonna get a nice cup of this going here. The bag is real nice. All right, we've got about 1/8 of a cup of sugar there, so we're gonna need to do that 8 more times, and we'll be good. You know, maybe I should try just pouring the sugar into the cup. That should work, yeah. This is very, very chunky sugar. Pour that on in there, and then maybe we should stick our fingers in there and stir it up a little bit. Get that sugar and flour mixed together some. Oh yeah, that's looking great. All right, now our next ingredient we're gonna add is gonna be the light brown sugar. Brown sugar is pretty packed, so we might even want to grab this butter knife down here on our side. There's just right below the brown sugar, actually. Can't really see it. It's on the side of the cutting board. It's really stuck in there. It's right. Oh, so close. Just a little bit to the right.
1 eternity later.
Oh, right there. Perfect. Now we're gonna stick it into this brown sugar. Give it a few rubs though, maybe. Gonna stick that knife in there and swirl it around a little bit, maybe get some of that packed up good. Yeah, oh yeah. Probably shouldn't just pour that directly into the bowl though, but you know, who cares? That in there, I guess. Yeah, I should probably just pour it, actually. Right, pour that in there. That's about a cup right there. Next, we're gonna be adding our baking powder and baking soda. Now, unfortunately, it seems that we don't have baking soda, but there is some in that fridge over there. So I'm gonna have the force pull it over to me. My hands, they may be a little poorly coordinated, but I do have the force, so that's awesome. And then we're gonna grab our teaspoons. That's a wooden spoon. I think I'm almost there. Perfect. Baking soda, you really want to be careful, because if you put a little too much, you will taste it a lot. Trust me, I would know. I've made cookies once. And that is about a yep, that's perfect. Dump that Right on in there. Now we need half a teaspoon of baking powder. So we only need half a teaspoon of this, thankfully. It's not an unscrew. I don't know why I'm trying to do that. It's, you know, sometimes my hands act up. Now this is a teaspoon. I'm just gonna fill this halfway. There is like a little aluminum lid on there, so you're just gonna wanna lift that up, just peel it up off the top. Yeah, dip that in there. Throw that back in the liquids bowl. I don't even need the measuring spoon anymore. Just toss that away. I put my hand out and just dump it in my hand. Just a little bit. Oh, perfect. And that is, oh, just a tiny dash more, like a pinch more. Oh yeah, that's half a teaspoon right there. And then we're gonna need a teaspoon of salt. And for the salt, you're gonna take this top off. It's a pop-off lid, I think. I don't actually know how to take this off. What's it called? Well, that works. Most of the time you want fine grain salt, but you know, chunks will do, I think. Oh yeah, that's a tablespoon right there. Perfect, and then we're gonna put our fingers in there and we're gonna do what we did at the start and just mix them together like a whisk. Now that we've got our solids all mixed up and together, we're gonna get our liquid bowl. We're gonna move this bowl to the side over here because it is done. All right, now, unfortunately, I apologize for the mix-up, but it seems as if we kind of have to half our recipe. We're missing a stick of butter. I just put half of this ingredients into a separate bowl, and we're just gonna put a stick of butter in there, which is actually right here perfectly. So now that we've got our stick of butter in hand, just gonna unwrap it, unwrap her up, and just gonna drop it in the bowl. We're just gonna mix them together now with the wooden spoon that I lost. Grab this spoon and then stick it in that bowl. Mix, mix, baby, mix. Yeah. Just gonna get it really going there. Just get that butter working, work its ass off. Just get it mixed. Yeah, get that. Stir. Yeah. Now that it's nice and mixed up, we're gonna crack an egg in there. We're just gonna crack her on up. Perfect. Bust it on open. Perfect, not a shell in the bowl. What we need next is a teaspoon, and we're just gonna measure out vanilla extract. You don't wanna put too much vanilla, especially this extract stuff. And pour that in there, and that's about a half a teaspoon in there. And then we're gonna get our spoon again and just stir it on up. Keep mix, keep mix, keep mix. We're having some good cookies today. We're gonna pick this bowl up. We're just gonna show the camera. We're gonna show you guys how good my mixing is. Now, we're gonna get our final ingredient up in here. So we're gonna grab our semi-sweet chocolate chips. Gotta be semi-sweet. You can't have them sweet. Now, I'm not sure if these are dark chocolate, but who cares? We're just gonna toss them on in there. We don't measure chocolate chips. We just tip it upside down. Just tip that bag. Yeah. Grab this spoon here. Mix her on up. Get those cookies nice and evenly distributed throughout the mixture. Make sure each cookie gets like at least 1 to 2, you know. You don't want someone having a cookie and be like, where's my chocolate chips, man? Where's my chocolate chips, man? Actually, now that I'm looking at it, we need parchment paper on that pan. Unfortunately, our parchment paper is a little far away. I don't know if I can reach it. Bit of a reach there. We're just gonna get a big, nice strip of that on here. Just pull that out, yeah. And that should be good. Just gonna tear that off. It's really hard. Toss that parchment paper up there, and now we're ready to get to rolling. And when I say rolling, I'm talking about rolling these dough balls. We're gonna put our hands together, put that like right in our palm of our hand, and just start rolling our hands together with gusto. So now that we've got our ball going, we're just gonna toss that onto the parchment paper, and we're just gonna repeat this process until all of our dough is gone and in balls. First, I wanna have a little taste of this. Oh, that's awesome. It's not like eating sand, trust me. That's perfect. Now that we've tasted it, now that we've got our ball, we're ready to get these balls done and throw them in the oven. All right, now that we've got our only six, because we halved it, of course, we are going to toss these bad boys into the oven.
12 seconds later.
And there we have it, our beautiful chocolate chip cookies. Look at these things. I mean, I gotta have a bite. I just gotta have a bite of one. They just look so good. Oh, yummy. Dang, that is good. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy the recipe as much as I did, and we'll see you in another year and a half when we make banana bread.